This guy looks like a baseball player. He's got like baseball player post-game interview face and smile. He's got baseball player arm and haircut, and then he's got, Braves jaw. He's got like Braves jaw. He looks like a Braves player. AJ Smith-Shawver joining us here for Braves Fest here on the Fan 680 93.7 FM. Good to see you, sir. How are you doing as you guys get ready to get started for spring training?
Yeah, all these fans are just pumping me up, getting me ready to start. I just can't wait till I can throw a real pitch.
What's it like to get early experience? A long time, sometimes people have to go through AAA, AA, and they have to wait, and then they get up and they're ready to go. You have had some experience very early in your young career, sir.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a benefit. I mean, I was just really blessed with the opportunities that I got to have last year, and just try to make the most of them, and just got to keep trying to make the most of the opportunities that I'm given and just keep making pitches.
Your story to baseball is sort of well documented, but walk people through how you became a hotshot big league pitcher where baseball may not have been always your number one.
Yeah, I played football, baseball. I played all the sports growing up. My dad took me to all my games, and we played everything, and then I kind of fell in love with baseball and football, and I always liked whatever season it was. That's my favorite sport. And then as I got older, it kind of seemed like football was going to be the play, and then I started pitching my junior summer as like a kind of a joke, just kind of messing around with my buddies, and I was like 93, 95. So right after that day, I got a bunch of Division I schools called, and I ended up like, okay, I might play baseball, and then it kind of turned into draft possibilities. So, and I was just lucky to have just my family, my dad, my mom, and then Bobby Witt Sr. is my advisor, and it's kind of helped me out through the process. So just and I get to watch Bobby Witt Jr. do it ahead of me too, so I know kind of what to expect and like how he did it and how he went about his business, and he did it the best way I could have watched. So it was just taking in everything and just trying to make the best of everything.
For a guy who starts pitching later than others, to be in the big leagues at 20 years old, I mean, what is that whirlwind like? I mean, it's happened very quickly for you.
No, it has. Yeah, it was just like I was in a tornado last year, and it kept going everywhere. And I don't know. I think it was good, though, how fast it happened, because I didn't really think about it too much or anything. And I don't know. I think that's the big thing why I've had a little bit of success is just because I try to keep it simple. I think keeping it simple is a big deal, and just not worrying about everything else and just going there. If you make your pitches, you'll be okay.
You can't have a beer with your teammates.
I can now.
When you get to the Braves. Yeah, well, you can now, but you can't have a beer when you are a big league pitcher. I mean, what is that like? Because usually there's a transition in life. You go to high school, and then even if you go to college for a little bit, or if you don't, you go to the minors for a little bit. At 20, you're in the show.
Yeah, it was funny. I was 20 years old carrying the beer bag, so it's hilarious. It was a whirlwind, like I said, but it was just awesome. Our teammates and everybody just took care of me. All our staff, coaches, everybody did a great job welcoming me and just making me feel welcomed and wanted, and just everybody helped me out.
What's it like on your first road trip? Because minor leagues are different. You're on a bus, and you're not necessarily in a 5-star hotel. All of a sudden, you get up to the big league club. What's it like? Did you hang out with anybody? Was it go in the room and just call mom and dad and maybe some of your friends and go, dude, I'm on the Braves? Like, what's going on in your mind?
Yeah, I'm talking to my parents a lot. I'm trying to get them down to where I'm debuting. I'm just like navigating that. But yeah, it was crazy. But I think they just kind of like they have such a good plan for you, and like where they put you, like you don't have to worry about anything other than baseball, and like they just kind of put you at the field that you're gonna play at. You're like, all right, you're here, go throw the ball, and it's like, all right, yes sir, I got you, I'll go do it. So it's just been really cool.
The hyphenation of the name. How's your family get that? How do you get the Smith-Shawver on the back of the jersey?
So I grew up with my stepdad, and he raised me as all the way. Took me to everything, did everything for me. That's my guy. That's my number one. So whenever I turned 18, I took on his last name. So I just hyphenated and added on Shawver.
That's awesome.
Hey, you're going to go to camp this year competing for a spot. When you look in that clubhouse, you have veteran guys like a Charlie Morton, 40 years old, still really effective. You've got young guys in Max Fried, who's young. We still look at him as a young guy, but he's like the aging veteran now all of a sudden. Now you guys bring in Chris Sale. How beneficial do you feel knowing that there are so many resources as a young player you can go to, pick their brains, sit with them on that dugout?
It's unreal. Like, you have to pinch yourself. You look at it, if you look at our staff right now, you're blown away. Yeah. I didn't know if we could get better, but we got better this offseason. So I'm excited. I'm excited to learn, just see how they go about their business and just kind of take it in and see like how they go about everything. Is just it's really cool insight, and I'm just glad I get to watch them do what they do.
Are you more comfortable as a starter or coming out of the pen? Because you did a little bit of both last year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm comfortable whatever. I just want to go throw the ball whenever they tell me to. I have 4 pitches, so maybe as a starter, but you never know. Wherever they need me, whenever they need me, I'm ready there, and I'm ready to throw the ball.
Look, I know they have Raisel Iglesias, but I watched your stuff early, and I said, this kid looks like a lights-out closer somewhere down the road. Not trying to limit you, but that was just my thought. Because you throw so hard, you've got so many different array of pitches, and you have no fear. And I think that's one of the biggest things when you're standing on that mound. You have no fear of whoever's out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think all the hitters in the big leagues, they're good hitters, but everybody can get themselves out. So you just try to make pitches. If they hit it over the fence, they hit it over the fence. What are you going to do about it? But hopefully those guys behind me are going to make some plays, and most of the time their bats wake up too. So he has some run support. So just having that team around you and all those veteran players and all those guys that are so good that you get to watch day in, day out, it just gives you that inner confidence where you're not fearing who you're facing. Like, you watch this guy growing up, whatever, here's a fastball. It's still the same game. So I think just trying to maintain that and just keep it the same game is a big thing for me.
Was there a guy you faced last year where you sort of took a step back and went, oh my gosh, I'm facing fill in the blank here? Like, was there a moment that you had, like the aha moment at some point?
Oh yeah, there's definitely a few guys you're in the box, you're like, man, I wore his cleats in high school. It's like, that's cool.
Like 3 years ago.
Yeah. I was wearing his cleats like 3 years ago, but all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely a bunch of, I mean, every day you go out there and play, you get to see someone cool. I got to watch one of the coolest first experiences when we came and played the Mets here. I saw Verlander and Scherzer go back to back, and it was just they didn't look like real, I guess, but it was awesome. It was cool to see that.
Braves pitcher AJ Smith-Shawver joining us here at Braves Fest on the Fan 680 93.7 FM, being the young guy, part of a rotation and a bullpen. Who you get close to? There's some guys on this team probably have underwear older than you are. You have to build relationships, and you being the young guy trying to soak some things in. Who have you had an opportunity to become close with or pick their brain a little bit?
So I work out in the off season with AJ Minter, so I was comfortable with him. So whenever I first got called up, straight to the bullpen, and then he kind of showed me the ropes, introduced me to the guys. But I mean, they made it so easy. And then I started a few games, so I was in the bullpen or in the dugout getting to talk to all the starters, all the position guys, and I don't know, just getting to meet everybody. But everybody just welcomed me with open arms, so it just made it so easy.
Is there any rookie initiation when you come up? Do you, other than carrying the beer bag, is there anything that you have to do?
There's a few things you have to do, nothing bad. I mean, they take care of us here. It's been it's a pleasure. I might have to do some stuff this year too, so it'll be fun.
Have to finish out.
So when you're on our show, you have to shave your head. That's the first thing. Yes.
Okay.
And buy breakfast.
Wait, are you shaving your head?
Yeah, he will.
He will?
He will. We'll get him in there someday.
Well, good
All
stuff.
right.
Good to see you, young man. A fantastic start to your career. I know you guys are going to be down there soon for pitchers and catchers reporting for spring training. A lot of fans really excited to see you get back out there soon, and we look forward to catching up with you down the road.
I appreciate it. I can't wait to see y'all out there.
AJ Smith-Shawver joining us here for Braves Fest on the Fan 680 93.7 FM.